Oh yes, it's that time of year again. Hello and welcome to Teal House Farm. I don't know where you live and what your weather is like, but it feels like winter has hit us early this year. And so I just want to bring a quick video, give you a quick tip about what we do to combat frozen water here on the farm. I know a lot of people use some of those like electric water bowls, things like that. And I don't know. I guess we could use those. I just don't feel like running electric cords all over the house. I will tell you what I use for the goats and for the dogs. It's just like a 5-gallon bucket. And they can kind of chip and break sometimes, but I'll mostly just use like a 2x4 to break those up and fill them with water. For the chickens, we have a little bit of a problem though. These founts don't work when it's frozen. She's getting a little bit of water out of there, but you can tell that it's frozen. It has warmed up so far today, but when you get really cold weather, these things just are not an option. So what I like to use are these kind of black tubs. Now there's 2 different kinds of tubs you can get, and I want to make sure you get the right kind. When we first had chickens on the homestead and such, I bought these black tubs. Now these are just plastic. They work okay for feed, but they do not work for water at all. What I really like, even for the feed, are these rubber tubs. And as I said, it's not that cold yet, and so the ice is even right now starting to melt. But let me show you why I like these tubs. Okay, so I really like these tubs. Now this ice is just gonna fall out of here, I think. But one reason I really like these tubs is because it's kind of like having an ice tray. They're not going to chip and break, and you can twist them and pop all the ice out really fast. Even in really cold weather, like I said, it's like a big ice cube tray. You can just pop all the ice out. If you try to do that with these plastic ones, they're just gonna crack, and I don't even like these for feed anymore. Last year, this is the last one I had. We had maybe 4 of these last year, and say you put in some scraps that are just kind of juicy or whatever, I would tip that over to knock some of the scraps out, and it would just crack into pieces. So obviously if you have like 300 chickens that you're trying to water, you're going to need a whole bunch of those tubs, and it might not work for you. But for us and what we have, it works really well. I've used those rubber tubs the last 2 years, and I really like them. I almost want to use them in the summer too, but in the summer the chickens tend to just kind of like, not always, but they'll walk through it and poop in it a lot more than the winter. That water is really cold in the winter, so they don't want to get in the middle of it. All right, well, that's just my quick tip for the day, just a quick little video about how we like to water. That way I don't have to use electricity. I don't have to worry about running 300 feet of extension cords. I know it can be kind of a pain a little bit to have to pop that ice out, but it works really well for us. Okay, well, hopefully this little tip or trick or idea works for you. Let me know how you water your animals in winter, what works for you. I mean, if I could see if you were in a barn and had electricity right there, like some kind of floating de-icer might work really well for you and keep their water nice for them all day long. You wouldn't have to check on it like 5 or 6 times on those days when it's like -10. Anyway, I think that's all we have for you today. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Okay, now can you see?
I guess a little bit.
Okay, hang on. Is that it?
Sorta.
Are you doing good?
I don't know.
Okay. There's one.
Time to jump through that hole.